Hello, everyone. It's me, Victoria, with Lead from Home, your place for anything tech related, right? No, 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 no. We're talking about educational resources for the online teaching platform. So if you're in a brick and mortar classroom and you'd like some tips on how to integrate interactive backgrounds or mini classrooms through the digital forms, this is the place for you. And I'm so excited. We're also here with the Heritage Team Extraordinaire. Yes, yes, yes. I am an active member and an administrator for the group. So either way, you're getting some great PD's professional development. And I'm so excited to Natalie. We've got Natalie here. I saw yes, I know, right? Yeah, everybody cheer for her. I saw an interview that she did, and I've been seeing a lot of her growth. She's got a nice little following. So if you're not following her yet, go ahead and follow her here. Here's her tags and her information. What does she do and how can she help us? She's here to help us talk about NearPod. Have you heard about NearPod? All right. Well, let's hear a little bit from Natalie because I talk forever, right? How are you?
Awesome. Good. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you so much for joining us today. Like I told you a little bit about our group and a lot of the people that follow, we're educators, and we're using the virtual platform to save time in the classroom. We want to do those interactive features so that our students remain engaged. And NearPod is it's not a new thing, but it's a big thing.
Yes, it is so big. I love it. So NearPod, I like to think of it as a great all-in-one platform. So you are able to create your slides on it, have like a slide presentation like Google Slides or PowerPoint, but you're also able to add in those interactive features like a matching game. You can add in interactive videos where you can put questions into your video that students have to answer. You can add in virtual reality to your lesson. Games, Time to Climb, that's a game. Students love that game. So there's several things. That's just like the tip of the iceberg. Usually I think I've counted it, and there are like 20 different things you can add into your lesson, and it's all right there in NearPod. So instead of creating a lesson and then going over here to play a game, oh, now we're gonna have to go back to this site, is all right there for you. And you can create all of this for free with your free account with NearPod, which is what I use. So it's fantastic.
And you're going to share with us kind of a little walkthrough. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. The value here is just amazing. I had seen that you can do, when you were talking about your interactive videos and your presentations, anyone that uses Google Slides or Canva or any kind of, or even PowerPoint, any kind of presentation module, it's you might have to click off and then go to a different site. And all of this is in the platform. So I'm so excited. Yay!
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so NearPod, let me get it up and I will show you.
And everybody loves free, right, Natalie? I mean, I love free.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so I'm pulling up preview mode right here. So let me share my screen and this one. Okay, here we go. So this is just preview mode, so it's going to look a little different how you're going to see it right now versus what your students are going to see, but it's going to give you a great taste when you use it in the classroom. So this is just a little welcome slide there. So this is the first one, an interactive video. You can use an interactive video for a live class or for a flex class. Flex class as in you're not teaching live to students, but then students can still take that class and follow along with that lesson. You don't have to be there with them, but they still get the experience of the video. So this is a little video I created, and you can see I've added questions in here, and that's where it gets to be the video. So students are going to watch the video, and then the video by itself is going to pause, and they have to answer the question before they can move on to watch the rest of the video. So
honestly, that's my favorite feature right there. It's so interactive and engaging, and they have to pause to process the information and then perform. I mean, really, they just that it's engaging. I love it.
Yes, yes, and they can see because you can see these two dots, so you know I have two questions. So students as they can see they have a question coming up, so they're like, okay, she's gonna ask a question, I should listen. So they're able to answer it. So that is interactive video. It is a lot of fun to add that in. You can with this one, oh, let me hide the directions, is the matching game. So this is what your students are going to see. You can match your text to word, picture to picture, anything that can be matched in your lesson, you can put into this matching, and students can click on it. They know they'll get it wrong right away, and then they know if they get it right. Let's see if I can get it right. This one, and they know if they get it right right away.
Excellent.
So this one's a
This
lot of fun.
works really well with our bilingual educators, dual language educators, because they can match the English and Spanish or any language, if you think about it,
Yes.
going with the pictures, with the ideas that are just popping up in my head are just
Huh?
endless right now. The applications, there we are, the applications for this product.
Yes,
Awesome.
yes, absolutely. You could use it for so many things. So many things. It's so cool. Yeah, really like what you said. The options are endless. Okay, the next one is VR, which personally is my favorite. There are so many ways you can use it to and think outside of the box. Yes, you can take your students around the world, wherever place you are taking them, or you can just add it into your class as like a fun brain break. My class, I teach math, so I've themed some of my classes, all of my math classes. We had word problems all about the ocean. So then I can throw in this virtual reality here and there, and it's still part of the lesson, and it just gave my students a little brain break after solving a hard math problem. So that virtual reality is so much fun. And anywhere from the bottom of the ocean up to space. You can search and see what you find.
And
Okay.
where do you find, is this part of like, for, I will equate it to Google Slides because that's something that most people are familiar with in our group and anyway. When you embed or bring a graphic or a video image in, you can search it on the web. Is this something that we are doing independently or within the NearPod application?
Within NearPod. It is
High
all
five,
within
guys.
NearPod. Yep.
High five.
Yes, absolutely. Right in NearPod, you can search for anywhere. This is one of my lessons that I have. So I have 3 different ones here. They're just gorgeous, gorgeous images, and all students can I don't know, talk about what you
Explore
see.
it.
That's a great what you said with your language learners, using
Mhm.
language to just describe what you see. So many ways you can use the virtual reality. My next one, this one is the time to climb game. This one is my students' favorite. So because it's in preview mode, we don't see the whole game. So these are the questions the students are answering. Think of it like a quiz or a review. They have a question and then they pick the answer. But what the students are going to see, they get to pick their own little avatar, several to pick from, and then that's their avatar climbing up the mountain. And it is a race to get to the top. It can be so competitive. It just kind of depends on how you want to portray it as a teacher, but it can be super competitive. It could be a race to beat their best scores. They love it and always ask, can we play it again? So time to climb is a lot of fun. My student's favorite one. And then I have one more to show you, and this is the draw it feature.
Now, this
So
is my favorite.
yes,
I love
absolutely.
the VR, honestly, because of the applications that we discussed earlier. But this, I want to know more about this. I know that there's whiteboards and other platforms that we can use. Let's learn more about this.
So the draw it feature, I like to think of it as a digital worksheet. So whatever you can give your student as a worksheet, you can totally use this instead. And students get to draw on the screen. So they can pick their color and draw. They can solve a math problem. They can highlight words in a story, and you can adjust this. We make it super big so they can highlight the noun in a sentence or the verb or whatnot. Circle the squares, circle all the circles, circle all the circles, circle all the squares you see in this picture. So there's so many applications that you can use it, and I use it mostly for math problems and word problems, and they can do all of their work here on the screen. And as a teacher, on the teacher side, you get to see every student's screen and what they're working on. So you can see, oh, someone's not doing it right, or that person hasn't started at all. Maybe I need to help them or whatnot. So I love the draw it feature. There's so many ways you can use this.
Now this feature, since you said that this would be mostly used with a live interaction, is that what I'm understanding? Yes. Okay.
This one, yes, but all of the features I have showed you can still be used in that flex. The flex. Yep.
Flex setting.
Asynchronous. We just wouldn't flex.
Oh, I love it. So I can see how it's used in a live setting where you can exactly the scenario that you described, where you can see everybody's screen, so to speak, and then you can engage the learner that needs the support right in that moment, or find out what's going on, run interference, motivate and cheer, whatever it is that the student needs at that time. And in a flex setting, or this time where they're going to preview and independent learn, then you can look at the whatever assignment is turned in, and then give feedback later. I love it. These are great tools. Oh my gosh. What is your favorite feature of NearPod? How did you start using it? How long have you been using it? So there's 3 questions in there. We'll narrow it down to 2. I know myself. So how long have you been using it? And 2, what is your favorite feature when you're doing a live class? I'll clarify that because you did kind of share something that you liked. So
yes. So I've been using it for a while. So I was a brick and mortar resource teacher for 4 years. So that's where I learned about it. That's where I used it way back when. Gosh, I don't know. Maybe I think I left. That was probably 3 years ago that I left. And then I transitioned to online teaching. So all through my online teaching, which I've been teaching specifically for OutSchool for a year, I've used it the whole time in OutSchool. So it's been a while. So I've been able to learn the ropes of NearPod, what my students like, and the best way to get my students involved and engaged in it. My favorite feature, I'm gonna say all 5 features that I showed you are my favorite because they're the ones I've used the most, and they're very adaptable for whatever subject you're teaching, whatever class you're teaching. That there are so many uses for those 5 features, so I use those ones the most. I'm going to say all 5 of them are my favorite.
And let's go over those again. So I kind of go with the first one and the last one, and then I go in. That's my learning style. So that's how I read too. Like, what did I recall? What did I understand? Yes. So the whiteboard kind of feature, what was that called again?
Draw it.
Draw it. I love it. Draw it.
What it is, draw it.
Let's name it, draw it. We have the VR.
Yes.
That stood out in my mind because I love the applications there too. I mean, I loved it all. Then the climb.
Yep, time to climb.
Time to climb. And that's a game function.
Yes, fun game.
So time to climb, VR, draw it. These are technical names. This is what you're going to look for when you get into the setting.
Yes,
and was there a matching?
Matching, and that's what it's called.
Matching.
Yep, matching.
See, I remember more than I thought. And I can't put my finger on the last one.
Interactive videos.
Interactive videos. That's right. That's what actually drew me to this presentation and the actual product NearPod is the interactive videos. How could I forget that? We're doing a presentation, we're putting pause and allowing the time for the student to process the information, answer right then and there, and then move on to content. So it's a great way. It's an assessment tool. We assess every minute that we're in the classroom, whether it's brick and mortar, face-to-face, or in an online setting. So
Yes,
yeah, I love these tools.
all the time.
So where did you go to kind of get like a feel for it? Did you do a lot of kind of experimenting? Do you feel like you were pretty confident right away using the platform?
For me personally, yes, I feel like I was after experimenting, teaching a couple classes with it, then I got very comfortable with it and learning the ropes. It just came very natural and easy to me. But I also loved technology. My last year teaching as a brick and mortar, I got my technology educational endorsement. So I took classes on how to use technology to enhance the classroom and enhance the learning. So for me, I just love it, and I love researching it. So I will absolutely be in there playing with it until I get to know it.
Absolutely. What advice do you have to any teacher that's wanting to start in using NearPod in their classroom? I heard in what you said earlier is that you have been using this in OutSchool. Now, OutSchool uses Zoom, and so it can integrate well with Zoom and presentations. I see that you shared, and it was just really smooth transitions. That's how we saw the little clips that you shared. What advice do you have to teachers that are kind of a little hesitant about using NearPod?
So just creating lessons, my advice is just to get in there and start messy. Get to know what it is, and that's how you're going to learn, is just getting in there and doing it yourself. Using it in the classroom and with Zoom, that's going to be that. It took me doing it to know, oh, this is how my students are going to see. This is what problems my students have, like accessing it. So I know now, because I've done it, I know ahead of time. So I'm able to quickly get students on. But it's just the always the starting messy. So my advice is to ask for help before you use it with like Zoom or OutSchool, so you don't have to start messy and learn all of that stuff yourself, because I would hate to have it go terribly wrong and then don't want to use it again. Yes, I would absolutely hate for that to happen. So yes, my advice would just be to ask, how do I do this? What do I do? What do I need to look for? What troubleshooting things do I need to know before I go in? That way it will make your experience much more enjoyable, and you'll look more professional. You'll look like you'll know what you're doing. Because sometimes I know you can fake it till you make it, but sometimes that can just be hard and frustrating, and I don't want you to have to give up, or like, I don't want to do that again, because NearPod is fantastic, and the way you can reach and engage your students with it is amazing.
I absolutely agree. I love what you said. Start messy. Don't worry about everything else. Just start messy. Natalie, if anybody from this group or anybody that's watching this on YouTube or Lead From Home, any places that you might see this video, where can they go if they need some help with learning more about NearPod?
I absolutely am happy to answer any NearPod questions you have. So I have a website you can check out, THTWizard.com. I'm the EdTech Wizard everywhere. So that's my email as well, THTWizard@gmail.com. They're coaching. I can walk you through live. I can pretend to be the student, and you can share it so we can help you learn. Absolutely.
That's amazing. That's an amazing offer. So here, don't forget to look in the description box. Look right here. We've got the EdTech Wizard with us, Natalie. And she can do walkthroughs, like she said, through Zoom, and kind of role play with you to see what the transitions or any troubleshooting that you might need to do. If you're considering applying for OutSchool, she would be a great resource for you. If you're looking for other applications, if you're an independent contractor or independent online freelance teacher, this would also be such an amazing tool for you. So Natalie would be a great resource for you, edtechwizard@gmail.com. If you'd like some information on how to use backgrounds while you're teaching or other things, don't forget, Lead from Home with me. All right. If you have any questions for Natalie, feel free to write them in the comments or on any of the social media sites that you can find us at. And as always, let's reach out to Natalie, the EdTech Wizard. Any final thoughts for us, Natalie?
Just that you give it a try. NearPod is amazing, so just try it and see how your students react and learn, and see how they like it.
I love it. I enjoy the engagement. I really like the potential for this product. Like I said, I had been looking at it for a while and just wanted to learn more before I myself just did a deep dive into it. And now that with Natalie's little, there's no excuse, right? I got to start messy. So
yes,
I'm going to be messy, guys. And for everybody else out there, thank you so much for joining us. If you have comments, don't forget to like and subscribe, make them there, and we will see you next time. Happy teaching.